Don't let anyone take your light, not your friends, not your family. Don't even let yourself take your own life. No one's coming to save you. Your mom is not coming to save you. Your siblings are not coming to save you. God is not coming to save you. I know it sounds crazy to say. No one's coming to save you but yourself. Guilty of this because there's been so many instances where like I would definitely take my own life by dimming myself, not taking myself seriously, not posting, not showing up. But then I would ask myself, like, all of those things are nothing but choices. You have the ability to literally change your life or stay the same, and that is within your hands, it's within your power. You are more than competent enough to literally change your life, and that is once again your choice. And I feel like once I had that paradigm shift of how everything is nothing but a simplistic choice, that is when it all clicked for me, and it made me realize, like, damn, everything is a choice. Me sustaining this life that I don't want to live is a choice. Me going after my goals and dreams is a choice. If God created every single reality within you and you have the ability to tap on it by being in frequency resonance, energy resonance, whatever you want to call it, then you are more than competent. But a lot of people become stagnant. A lot of people like grow up in an emotional state that doesn't serve them, and they stay in that emotional state until the day they die. No, everything's not permanent. If that was the case, there would be no evolution. We would not evolve. What would be the point of happiness, sadness, grief, anger, loss? What would be the point of all of those emotional states if there is no evolution, if there is no in and out state changing? You know, everything is a simplistic choice. And when you realize that, I think you become so liberated and you realize, all right, cool, I have the power within me. I can change my life if I want to, keyword if I want to, and everything is nothing but a simplistic choice. No one's coming to save you. Your mom is not coming to save you. Your siblings are not coming to save you. Your dad's not coming to save you. God is not coming to save you. I know it sounds crazy to say. No one's coming to save you but yourself. And every single day you have the choice of choosing, and that is a privilege. Don't let that shit go over your head. If a choice if a choice is not serving you for your desired reality for your life, then it's just plain Jane trying to control you. So, yeah. And it's so funny that I say this is because this whole title is literally inspired from the movie Michael. We're so quick to take our own light because others put us down, because others were projecting, keyword projecting, and we felt like that was the end all be all of who we are, and it is the totality of who we are because someone in year 5 told you you can't do this, you can't do that, and now you have internalized this belief and you think it's you. Whole time it was just a projection of who they were, and they were just projecting what they lacked to you. I don't know if you have noticed, but I've noticed the most insecure people always project things that they lack, and it's so funny. It's almost like there's an invisible string to those passive aggressive jokes, that there's an invisible string that connects that projection to the person. For example, if a person, like, I had this person who was so self-conscious about how they looked, and they used to always like make fun of my forehead. I feel like I don't really have a big forehead, but yeah, they would just critique me, and I didn't really put two and two together. But then I realized that person was very self-conscious, and day in and day out, if you hear people always critiquing things that you can't change. So things like your physical appearance, the way you look like, maybe your behavior, and it's in a mocking way. It's not really a, like, there's no criticism to it. I feel like it does something to your self esteem, especially if you don't really have a solid self esteem. Or you have to first of all ask yourself, is this person worth keeping? Is this person worth having around? Because I'm not gonna lie, I one time had a person, which I know sounds so weird, this specific person used to tell me that I had a hideous nose. Keep in mind, I feel like I have a beautiful nose, like East African nose, stand up. Like, I have a beautiful East African nose. This person, day in and day out, would literally affirm to me, saying, your nose is not attractive, like, very much critical. Yeah. And I was like, okay. At first, I would deny because, like, girl, do you see this nose? Do you see this nose? But then after a while, you start to believe it, even if it's not real. And this is why it's so important to not be around toxic people because energy is contagious. You can literally be around one person, and this one person can literally change your life for the good, for the better. Doesn't matter. Change is bound to happen. So you have to ask yourself, are the people around me, are they actually encouraging me, or are they bringing me down? Because 9 times out of 10, the people that you keep around, even though you don't want to claim them, like some people might have, no offense, low quality friends, not really good people to be around, but they would say things such as, I'm not one of them, I'm not one of them. You know what I mean? Even though if you might not be one of them in your characteristics, your morals, your values might be completely different. People will always have a first impression of you, whether you like it or not, whether you want to be naive about it, that's your business at the end of the day. But people will take a look at you and look at the people behind you that represent you. And even though if you don't share the same values as them, they will make judgment upon the people that you surround yourself with, because you keeping those people is nothing but a choice, and a choice is something that you have the ability to choose the people you hang around with. Those are nothing but choices that you make, you know, just like how people choose to stay in relationships with certain people. It's a choice you're choosing, and that choice backs your identity, which is within your values or whatever the case is. You have to ask yourself, are the people that I'm keeping serving me? Are they actually nourishing me? Are there, you know what I'm trying to say? Because if they are not doing that, you're gonna just become a victim, or you're going to be a person that goes nowhere because of your low quality friends. And it's so funny that I say this is because 2 to 3 days ago, me and my mom watched this drama movie, this Ethiopian drama. It was about a girl, like a village girl, who had a best friend, and her friend was like boy crazy, yeah. And she was like to her, "You're 19 now, you're officially old. Let's go party, let's go drinking, whatever." And keep in mind, she's like miskin, timid girl, and she went out with her, and like literally she drank, she didn't know herself, all of that, and her friend literally left her, and she was doing her thing, and then that girl ended up being raped, if you know, you know. And she went back home, and then her mom was like, where were you? I was so worried about you the whole night, I didn't sleep, whatever. And then she didn't even know like what happened, and lo and behold, she was pregnant. And her friend was so bad, like every single time that she would seek a relationship or she would seek something good in her life, her friend would always be a step behind her, trying to break her blessings down. And that goes to show you, like in movies, if you have bad company, you're bound to have a bad life, if I'm being so honest. And it's so crazy how something so micro like that could have been prevented. But do you see how sometimes if you're surrounded by bad company, they can literally change the trajectory of your life if you are not careful? Because a lot of people are just in it for themselves, I'm not gonna lie. And if you're miskin or like naive and you just take people's face value, like that's my friend, you're going to be here for a rude awakening. I'm not gonna lie to you. Something bad that like vulnerable friend did, she should have changed, was she kept having that friend around to the point where like this friend was literally destroying her life, and she knew of it but she didn't cut her off. And I feel like a lot of us would have toxic people around us and we don't cut them off. Like, what are you doing? And it's like you then let external people, people who were never meant for you, take your light away, take your innocence, take whatever you want to call it. The whole time you've been having that light, first of all, and secondly, you let something external to you take your light. I know of people who are older than me, even same age as me, who were at the time when like when they were younger, they were so quick to say, I want to be with my friends, with my friends. Their friends like lost their lives, their friends like, you know what I mean, they are like in hospital, and those people are mentally and spiritually scarred because they chose to be with my friends, with my friends. Don't let your potential go down the drain because of your friends. Don't be one of those people, because I know all of us know of those people. They literally become examples, and it's like, don't be like that person that you knew of that was going down the good lane, but something bad happened to them because of their friend. So yeah,